You know, this could have been a perfect episode, but one thing and one thing only. But I'll get to that when I get to that. Some say that even though this episode and this arc so far has been entertaining, those who are light novel readers, and I haven't read the manga myself, are saying that they did skip some very interesting events that did happen within this arc. But they don't really affect the main, you know, storyline of what's happening, which I do understand. These things happen. You only have a limited amount of episodes, and I'm pretty sure the animators and even the people who direct the stuff would love to see things be fully animated and truly well adapted. But adaptation is not meant try to translate everything that comes out of the book. Just things that are just enough for the watcher to understand the story. And at the end of the day, I would be grateful for that itself. There's always to be cut content within any kind of anime, majority of the times. I just can't stand the ones who completely whine about it when it's like not much of a big important role to the main story. Pretty sure you would love to see it animated, but when they go talk about the scenes, sometimes I look back and like, okay, let's see what they're talking about. And I look at it, and it's like, it's not that important. You really whining about this scene? Sure, it's important to you, but come on, man. Some people don't even get this when it comes to well-adapted series. So it was like, come on, move on, for God's sakes. Damn. So anyways, Nafumi in that town of Sylvet, he is seen not as a hero, but as a god. I mean, people would literally go into being a slave just for him to buy them a chance for him to buy them. That's nuts. That's really nuts. Like, these people worship this dude, everything he does, because it's a world full of demi-humans. As the shield hero is known to be the only one to protect demi-humans. So because of that, he is their hope and stuff like that. Some say, "Oh man, if we doing up a white savior complex, like what? What? He's not even white." I swear, people be dumb sometimes. I just want to point that out. It was just so stupid when someone said that online. Like, dude, if you were in a world where everyone hates you just because who you are, and you see this one person to bring you salvation and justice, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be fawning over the dude myself. That's just how it is, man. I'm like, well, you saved me. I guess I could be thankful. No, I'm like, yo, man, I am so grateful to you. That's what's gonna be mostly like. Like, come on, you ain't gonna be like it. It just proves that someone's never been in that situation where they've never been in that kind of. Anyway, I get they're blessed for that, but at the same time, you have to understand that person who is going through that terrible situation. And I'm saying this too much. We finally get to see the White Tiger siblings. All taller, the little girl who is just in the worst condition I have seen in anime in a long, long time, and then her brother Fall, a boy who's very skilled, but he throws matches so he can help give his sister food and anything else she needs so she can stay alive. But things just ain't working out until the glorious shield hero comes along and buys them. It takes them to their village. And there you see all the other kids. And believe it or not, the kids actually had a role when the Great Escape, what they were doing, but they didn't show that. So there's one of the pieces that they're talking about that happened inside the novels and even the manga, where there were more events that happened with the other kids that were there helping out release the other prisoners. So they didn't show that, unfortunately, which it would have been interesting. I guess I can see why someone would complain about that, because that does make sense. It would be nice to see that. And could they have pushed that in there? Probably. Probably, but they have more things they have to get onto, I guess. So we'll just have to go with that. So they go back to the village, showing how the consequences of them freeing these children is that they don't have enough expenses anymore. Holding up a village in a kingdom, even a neighborhood, is extremely hard. It really is. You got to keep up the expenses. You got to make sure things have value and worth. It's protected. You know, it's stabilized. a lot of responsibility in owning land, unless you're just laying the land, just do whatever it wants, and you're just getting drunk all day, and that's all it is. And there have been people in the past who have done that, probably even now, and you can do nothing about it. It's their land. What you can do about it? And if the government comes over and tax the crap out of them and stuff, that's how it is sometimes. But forget all that. The attack that happened, the attack that happened while Nafumi and all his strong forces were gone. This made no sense. You leave very to know the little guards into this village, and it's just open season. I'm sorry. I'm doing this because I'm trying to think. What was he thinking? Did you really need to think about it? When he went off to Sylphet to do what he needed to do, he left some people there. He left the granny there, and whoever else he could have left there to help protect the village. That's what he did. Coming back, he leaves again. I wish he could explain that, why he needed to take everybody with him, unless he did it on purpose. Someone actually put this in the comments on the anime site. What if he did this on purpose? That made the children want to actually not rely on him, but to want to defend themselves. That could be it. Who knows? I don't want to really dive deep into that because that would really, really be messed up. And what if someone was killed? But anyways, the fact that actually it's two things: is that he left the village unsafe, and with some very crappy guards, and then the boy Fall, who's proven to be very skillful, for some reason couldn't fight these dudes. I mean, in the arena, you show he has skill. Even though you were fighting against Aurora, it could be he was just fighting against Noah. He's been throwing matches for a while, so maybe he's just been fighting very weak opponents, so maybe he's not that strong. I was thinking into that, Maybe I thought he was a lot stronger than I presumed he was, but he wasn't. So there goes that thought in my mind. But now they feel bad. Now they feel bad, like we can't always have the shield protecting us. We need to be his shield as well, protect his village. This is our home. But they're just kids, but they can learn. Raptilia was a kid too. Look at her. So there's that. Now they have been summoned towards back to the kingdom, and this is where we get some interesting lore dive out of nowhere, and it's with the king. The king no longer wears fancy clothes, just a robe. He lost his title, and he's just king by name. He has no authority or anything like that. So he still gets his, privileges, but he has no power anymore. So like that, he lost it and stuff. And like, how could he let someone like this, people look up to a guy like this? How could that? And we finally understand. And it's because this dude, of course, was the staff hero. And that's where everyone was like, oh, this guy sucks, he's lame. But you'll be surprised what time does to people. Time changes people. And it turns out he had a sister. He had a sister that was in the same place that was kidnapped in Salvet, the place that they worship the shield hero. In the staff hero, his legend is freaking badass. He did everything for the sake of his sister, to give her a world where she could smile. But then he lost that and probably lost his way as well. So marrying the queen, gaining his power, he probably gained the hatred towards the shield hero. It's like, oh, okay, this makes perfect sense. So he had a family before and he lost a family. So he's seeing the two siblings and stuff. It reminded him of that. He had that older brother, Oni-sama aura about him. That's why Alchar was able to sense that with him, because it makes a lot of sense. I wish we could see more of this. Like, yo, man, what if this dude gets vigor back? That would be nice. Sure, he's old and stuff, but the way the queen was talking about him, how legendary this guy was, I want to know more about this dude. He seems pretty badass in a way. And another thing is they found Motoyatsu as well. So now we're going to search for Motoyatsu. Now the last thing I want to talk about for this video is When season 3 was announced, there was a picture of a guy on there, very old looking, and a lot of people thought it was Motsuyatsu in the picture. It was a dude who was wearing armor. He had blonde hair, but he still looked a bit like middle aged, and he had this long staff. And we all thought it was the spear. But what if that was the king when he was in his prime as the staff hero? That was him in a way. And you see this tired and loneliness on his face when you look at the poster again. And I'm like, wow, that's pretty interesting. Like this entire time, we all thought, oh, what's going on? A time skip happened. Motoyatsu gonna have some sort of arc and stuff like that. He's gonna go to past and warn them or something. Like, a lot of theories is going around for those who weren't reading the books. But no, that was the staff hero. And I was like, my mind was blown when I put that together. Like, yo, man, good job. Good job. You spoil it without spoiling it. You just give us a little hint, a bit of foreshadowing, a little taste of the story that we were about to unravel. So I really enjoyed that. And like I said, I know I keep saying this, and we're only 3 episodes in, but already I am liking this better than season 2. They saved themselves. They saved themselves. Anyway, just like I sure did. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did like Couch Ground, of course, hit that bell icon. This has been Madcrownxox on Anime. Signing out.